Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Brody and Fred. And what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Brody's ability to understand and respond to his formal obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he'll keep the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Brody's going to come home with his very own training collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that during your follow-up training session. Now, if you notice, he's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our formal obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Brody, heel. We have practiced this exercise not only on property, but at the CVS, at the shopping center, at the garden center. He's been out on numerous field trips with lots of distraction, and he does very, very well on his walks. If you notice, each time that Fred stops walking, Brody sits automatically without being told to wait for his next command. And the next command that Fred's going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The one-word firm command to stay. This is an exercise that you can practice right in your home to help to develop self-control and maturity. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him. It's an additional distraction. All the way back around to heel, and at that point Brody expects to get another command, so everything starts and stops at heel position. Nice automatic sits. You can see that he's happy doing his work for Fred. Another sit stay. And again, practice right indoors, outdoors, everywhere. This time, instead of returning back to Brody, Fred's going to call him. This is the recall, and he's to come and sit right in front of Fred facing his knees, and then go back to heel and back sitting. And as you can tell, Brody and Fred are very bonded. Brody enjoys doing his work. He is a working dog. This is great exercise for his mind and keeps you the pack leader. And in Brody's case, that's what he needs. Nice job. They look great working together. Fred leaves him in another sit stay. And you're going to lengthen out the amount of time that he can hold this. Again, Fred's going to call him. Comes right in front and sits. That eliminates any jumping, and then he goes back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. Now Fred and Brody are going to set up for your down commands. And as you can see, there's nothing here that's happened to Brody that's made him shy or unsure of himself. He just enjoys the work. He enjoys the one-on-one attention, and he enjoys performing his commands. And he's the kind of dog that you could have completely off leash in a few months as he gets a little older. Now this first down command is your down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to work all the way up to 5-minute long down stays. You'll keep that training equipment on and work him in the house. When Fred returns back to him, of course, he walks again all the way around him. Brody's been taught to remain lying there until Fred tells him what he wants him to do next, and they're going to heel out of that. And I know that you've had other issues besides Brody not being able to walk properly outside, and and do obedience commands. I know that, I know what your main issue is, and Rich will be bringing Brody home, and he'll be discussing our best suggestions for managing him when strangers come to the house. Puts him into another down. And if you notice, Fred's voice is very low, but he's not yelling at the dog. None of that. Everything is very much self-control, low key. Now Fred will call him. You heard him praise him a little on the way in. Brody lives for being praised. Now the next command that we're going to be demonstrating for you is your down from a distance. This is a little bit harder command, but it's definitely worthwhile, and continue to practice this till you get him to the point that you can drop him from across the room. So Fred is going to leave him in a sit-stay. He's going to turn to face him. He's going to use his right hand to give the command this time and tell him to down. Perfect. Now, we demonstrated all the formal obedience commands that Brody has learned here at school. Like I said, we have some very good ideas for you for when he comes home. Rich will be going over all of those ideas with you when he brings him home. He's done a great job here at school and has come a very, very long way. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.